And that's right, we're back here at the Slappy Hour podcast with me, your friend Big Harv, and, well, my two best friends in the world, along with two other best friends, new friends, Ratatouille.
And Ratatouille 2, the sequel.
This is the Slappy Hour podcast, and we are back here for another week of
us. Hopelessness.
I mean, that's literally everything that. Yeah. If you guys can't tell, the last episode we got into a really, really deep hole with just dark stuff. Ryan murdering many animals.
Flushed away,
which Omar really thought was flushed out, starring. Well, he thought
Copy Enemas from 2016.
Yeah, he thought it was Simon Pegg and Nick Frost, but it actually turned out to be Ian McKellen and who's the other guy? Hugh Jackman.
Yeah, which is probably the biggest twist.
Yeah. So basically,
and not Ewan McGregor.
Ewan McGregor. So basically, yeah, just stay away from this movie. You don't need it in your life.
So Big Harv, you were just looking through fan art for Flushed Away.
Listen, hey, the thing is, when you're hosting, you got to do your research and have your sources. You got to have your facts. It's not all just magic and fake things that happen here. It's real life. Unlike you, who is recently, I don't know, you were messing around with magicians or whatever.
I'll say, for everyone and their mother knows that if there's any show on the internet, it's gonna have so much porn fan art to it.
Do you think?
So much.
Okay, not to really just get my grandma to unsubscribe 36 times in a row because I can't take that. But you think there's gonna be one day fan art of us? I mean, I know technically Omar draws it, and
Oh no, there will let's hypothetically say we got popular. Yeah. There's fan art of whatever PewDiePie or whatever, all those, there's fan art of YouTubers.
Okay, that's fine, but if it's not going to reach this level, I want nothing to do with it. I deserve the respect of the artist, of the pantheon gods, damn it.
Honestly, I might start becoming an NSFW artist if it means that we're just drawing pictures of us in Rule 34 situations.
Is that vain as shit, or is that what's the kink there? What's your angle?
What if that's a higher Patreon goal or true member thing later? I will give you personal NSFW art of us.
Hey, dude, make them NFTs.
And I'll make them NFTs.
Oh my gosh, this is okay. Ryan, stick with the music. We can't talk to this guy anymore. Omar.
Dude, no, I mean,
he's right,
so, well, no, it's funny because, I'm starting my, class on Friday.
Yeah.
I'm doing, a whole bit about fucking, dude, I'm here to help you become, the best artist that you can be. I don't give a shit what type of art you want to make. You want to make fucking furry art, whatever. All this shit. I'm here to I just want to make you, the top tier furry artist, right?
Yeah.
That's all I care about. Whatever you want to do, I just want you to make you the best of them.
As long as you're good at it. Yeah.
But then I also have a section going to NFTs where I'm I will not help you with NFTs because this is going to fucking destroy the world. That's
very cool.
If you want to do it in my class, you may do it. But
that is very cool, though, that you're getting in front of it like that and taking the stance on it. I mean, it's just every other conversation now. It's and especially for you guys artists and stuff like that, it must be hell.
Dude, no, I'm not even kidding. So, and this is gonna relate to my night. So this weekend I had a crazy weekend in LA, and I fucking met this trashed at the end of my night. I met this dude. And he was a nice guy. He added me on Instagram, so I'm not gonna shit on him or anything. But he was so into.
That's your bar for accepting people. You did it so sly. Let's just folks at home. Can we just focus on this for a second before we let him get away with it? He literally sits there.
Split it in there.
It was so. You tried to hide it so much. You're man, this dude was the scum of the earth. I watched him kill 3 cab drivers, rob a nursery, but he had me on Instagram, so it's fine. And anyway, man,
it's the most LA thing to say too.
I mean, all right. I mean, if we're getting into it, I'm sorry.
No. He didn't do anything wrong. He was genuinely like a friendly dude. Nothing wrong. Like it's not like he did anything wrong, but he just started talking to me about like how he does NFT music or TikTok or something, and he even messaged me the other day through Instagram talking about it. No problem, the guy. I just have no interest in NFTs, and that's probably what I'm gonna respond like, "Hey, dude, sorry, like I just don't give a shit about NFTs."
But you're just like, man, I really appreciate you adding me on Instagram. And just like fucking set your phone on fire and run.
Well, it's just like I mean, aside from like the terrible things about NFTs, like environmentally and shit, I just think it's like it's just a fucking scam. Like, yes, there are people who got rich off it, right? And like ultimately, I understand the concept of NFTs, how it's basically like any money where it's like, you know, it's like based upon it will be valuable later kind of thing, whatever, fucking money laundering shit, basically. But 90% of these, like, there's so many young artists right now making NFT art, and they're not gonna make any money off of it. And it costs money to make them too. You have to buy like the cryptocurrency to make them, so it costs you a fuck ton of money to just make one NFT.
Yeah, what's
it's all on the blockchain.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, what's the I mean, the thing about technology, it's like a very common statement. It's like it's not bad, and it's just how it's used.
Yeah.
But also,
Well,
I
I
mean,
just think it's just kind of like a scam.
no, and also NFTs. I mean, like the thing is, like in most situations, right? Like that technology kind of concept philosophy thing like applies right there. That question applies just like how it's used. But in this case, if it's just bad from the start and it's bad for the fucking planet with the limited like resources we got, you probably like it's just.
I'm sure there's some useful function to it that I don't know about, but
Yeah,
ultimately, most of the people who are getting in it are just being scammed.
yeah, and we've
Yeah,
been.
it's so new, and there's just kind of like the craze around it right now. There's definitely when we come out of this in a couple of years, there's going to be some real world
Applications.
Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
like anything
It's
else.
just so crazy right now.
Although they keep saying that about Bitcoin, it's still.
I am all in on Bitcoin. I believe it's gonna.
I mean,
I feel the
Look,
tension right now, but I'm just like, it's fun for me because I get to sit up here above you two like the god I am. You guys are dealing with this mortal shit, like having these debates, right? You have like, you know, like the.
I don't give it. Like, I don't really
No,
care.
no,
like,
I know, no,
I even bought some. So.
I know nobody has stakes in this, but just visually looking right now, it's like we're, you know, you have the two sides of Bitcoin right here, and you guys are dealing with like mortal
Yeah, fucking
problems.
Sith Lord over here.
I have the problems of
Sith
the.
Lord over here in his fucking red room.
Yeah, but so
Yeah.
you down there are like.
I mean, look, I have no horse in the game. I don't have any Bitcoin or Ethereum, but I think both of them are. They're gonna hit rocks in the road, but
I'm sure
they're
it'll be
gonna come out on,
something.
they're gonna come out on top.
My only opinion on it at all, it's just like fucking
I
gambling.
don't know shit.
No, it's gambling, man. It's like anything else, anything that's new. You take a bet on it, see what happens, then, you know, hopefully it doesn't kill us all.
For sure. I'm kind of neutral as well, ultimately, because I don't know enough shit.
No, I don't. Listen,
I'm too uninformed to have a real strong opinion.
if I had any good,
Fuck it.
yeah, if I had any good opinion, advice, belief, or any good in me, I would not be on a podcast where this is a fucking background.
Yes.
You know,
This is a serious show.
things would be different.
Think about it. This could be the first NFT podcast.
I think this is a joke.
Oh my
The
God.
podcast itself is an NFT.
It's really gonna suck if I have to host this podcast with these two fucking rats and not these guys anymore. Like, that's all I'm gonna say.
You want to know how far this has gotten, though? Schwinn the other day went to an NFT jazz concert.
Wait, so how does that work?
He went to an NFT jazz concert where it was like a classy jazz lounge. Some like his friend is a jazz singer, singing beautiful fucking jazz music. Like she had a really great voice, and then in between songs, she'd be like, "Anyways, this is like sponsored by crypto, blah blah blah, like shitcoin, whatever, fuck." And like,
Shitcoin.
so the actual performance was an NFT that they were selling, like their stream of the performance.
Sure,
And that's
people
when I
want it.
say it's like getting to this abstract point of bullshitness that I just can't handle.
No, hang on.
Take me to the woods, let me fucking chop down a tree, and
Hang on. They all sound like they're geniuses like everybody involved sounds like they just like got a real good head on their shoulders. I just want to know. So I have like these 24 energy drinks that I need to sell. Do you think they might be interested in buying some?
Yeah.
Okay, would you guys also like some?
Is it called? What is that fucking drink called? The Verve?
I don't know.
That's a band.
But real quick, before me and Omar shit on anybody for fucking pyramid scheme shit, we were part of a pyramid scheme once. I'm not afraid to admit it.
Oh, the painting one.
Yeah, we went to like.
Yeah, but thank God we got paid out.
Right.
We didn't get fucked. We didn't get fucked in the pyramid scheme thing because it was our friend fronting all the money. And we were just like going along because we wanted a summer job.
Yeah, exactly. We didn't get fucked because we're the smart ones. No. Yeah, we ended up, there was like one summer where we were both home and we were like, oh no, was that semester?
That was when I dropped out of school. That's what it was.
Yeah. So we took a, like,
Speaking of being a dumb.
Yeah. So yeah, we had the same semester off, him dropping out, and I was like sick, and we needed money at the time because we were gonna like go to this really expensive studio and like record a record that we barely had written. We were just like these little dreamer boys. So we signed up for a pyramid scheme where essentially you ran door to door to like people's houses and asked what if they needed like vinyl paint, like resealing on the sides of their houses. And yeah.
And nobody wanted it, and they all knew it was a scam, and we were like, we're just trying to do our job.
Yeah. It was so yeah.
But like our friend paid us out the full money, so we were fine. And then me and Big Harv were like, yeah, let's never do this again.
Yeah. So really, like just for anybody watching, and if there's anybody really in our group here and our spicy mommies, that's like they're talking bad about NFTs. Listen, when we talk about anything, like look at what you're fucking dealing with.
Yeah, exactly.
Just take it all with a grain of salt. But
anyways,
you met this. So you met this guy that was dealing with NFTs, the magician. Like, go on.
This guy wasn't a magician.
You've been talking about magic.
He's just a like artist who makes like interesting songs and stuff like that. Anyways, but it was because I was having a fun night out at LA last weekend. Went to go because I just got back to California and wanted to go hang out with my homies I hadn't seen in a while. We sort of like wanted to make a night kind of like that movie World's End where they're like trying to go from bar to bar.
Mm-hmm.
So we were like, let's have like one of those fucking nights.
I was just gonna say that the World's End in the trilogy is the worst. I will stand by that. It is nothing compared to Hot Fuzz.
I still like it though.
It's still fun. Anyway, sorry, if I didn't say that now.
Also, I watched Hot Fuzz recently. Still a fucking banger of a movie.
Hot Fuzz is delicious every time.
My favorite.
I haven't seen it in forever.
You should watch it again. It's like, honestly, it's better than I remember.
It's about to go off like every.
Yeah, it's fucking good. It's actually like just like a perfect movie for me.
Oh my god! Can we do we don't really have any kick into like watch along schedules. I'd love to just like hang out the three of us and watch movies sometime.
We should do a movie
on camera,
like a talk about a movie podcast like thing.
Could we invite the spicy mommies? Is there a way we could make that all?
Resubmit their fucking video essay to us.
No, you might get film student shit.
Podcast book club.
Yeah, exactly. Honestly, no. Why not?
Not a bad idea.
Just watch some fucking random ass movies.
I'm down.
Anyways, so I was going out at night in LA, and we wanted to make it like World's End, where it's like we're gonna. So there's this. So my friend James, great guy. Also, I'm gonna shout this out first before I tell this. But James got me a bunch of really awesome gifts. Show you one. He got me a Will Smith CD.
Oh, yo, that's sick.
He got me the jar scraper I showed earlier.
Wait, hold up.
It's
You
to
can't
get
just
at the
casually-
bottom of the jar, you gotta like scoop it out. Because I always talk about how I like peanut butter and shit, but I always can't get your hand gets all sticky from the peanut butter. And
Why
then
are you
start
sticking your
touching
hand
everything
straight
in your
in the
room.
jar every time?
No, like if
No.
you're using a knife, it's not long enough, so your like knuckles, get a little peanut butter on them.
I understand what you're
This is
saying.
a long tool,
Yeah,
and it's got its flexibility, so you can really get into the cracks.
I understand what you're saying, but two things on a human level. You have been talking a lot on podcast and game content about getting your fat fucking knuckles stuck in jars of food. You don't stop talking about it ever.
Well, now I have a solution, okay?
That is my second point. You came on screen earlier. We're like, all right, so this is my friend James. He got me all this neat stuff. Yeah, this rubber scraper that I showed earlier, and they just pulled it off as if it was nothing. That's fucking. It's practical, but it's fucking weird. You've been hiding Instagram, and now this.
It's so good.
Very weird non sequitur there.
Yeah, just
Like I have a very ADD brain. My brain hops. You know.
Oh,
Anyways.
yeah, go ahead.
I mean, do you want me to give you a little rundown of why these gifts make sense?
Please, I've been waiting for explanation.
Well, okay, so we got the jar scraper. We understand why I need this.
We call those fat
I got
fucking
bony ass
knuckles.
knuckles. My fingers are skinny, but my knuckles are really bony. They get stuck in the jar and they get covered in peanut butter. And then I get peanut butter all over my sheets. My clean sheets.
Wait, why do you fucking bring peanut? You bring the whole jar into bed?
I used to do that.
Yeah. Peanut butter's fucking the best snack. Anyways.
For other reasons.
It's beautiful, man.
Oh my god. Yeah.
So, I don't know if I ever told you this. Harv, you might have seen me do this at some point if we ever had gym class in like 7th grade or something. Or like junior high.
Oh, go ahead. No, you're fine.
So, like, literally, like, my whole childhood, I was always obsessed with Will Smith. Like, obsessed with him. Like, I fucking watched, like, I Am Legend was, like, my favorite movie. Like, I used to have, like, a picture of Will Smith in my... Do you remember I used to have, like, that picture of Will Smith in my basement?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Oh, my God,
Like,
yeah,
I
oh, my
fucking
God. Memory unlocked kind of shit. Ow.
Yeah.
Oh,
like, it's,
crap.
like, a picture of him from Hancock, I think.
Oh my god.
And you know the scene in iRobot? You might not know this, but there's a scene in
Is it what I'm
iRobot
thinking?
where he's basically like, fuck, how am I gonna do this?
I know exactly.
He's in the shower. It's like the opening scene after he works out, and he's just in the shower like this, like
Yeah.
as like the water is like running over him, something like that.
Go on.
Okay, this is where it gets bad. So, when I was in like, I was a really fucking awkward kid in like junior high. Like, we were all fucking nerds and like really awkward. Like, it probably wasn't until like 10th grade till I really like broke out of my shell kind of thing. 9th grade, 10th grade.
When we met.
Yeah, basically.
So same.
Yeah. I mean, we met before, but.
No, I just meant like that's what definitely when I like it was like, wow, you can have friends that aren't your action figures.
Yeah, exactly.
And the peanut butter. Anyway, go on.
And so, when I hated gym class, like I fucking hated having to change for gym. You know, I had to like shower if you wanted to do swimming and stuff. But like, I love swimming. Like, swimming was my favorite sport. Like, I used to be
The preparation was the worst.
yeah.
No, and
So
that,
after
our school,
after
I was gonna say
well,
our
after-
school pool was full of piss. Like definitely.
I'm sure.
Oh, every school pool.
Yeah.
But
And so I had to we had to shower over there after. You're just like in that big shower room, and so I thought it was cool. Like in my head, I'm like, I'm gonna do something like this. Is gonna
Oh my
look
god.
sick.
Oh my god. No.
So I used to find myself not talk to. I would like walk into class, like not talk to anybody, just like go to my shower spot, and I would just like the whole time just
Oh
be like
my
that.
god.
And I wouldn't say a word. Like they'd all be like laughing and joking, and I would just like so serious stay there until everybody left the room, and then I would go and get changed.
I would have stuffed you in the trash can.
Oh yeah, I'm surprised I didn't get bullied harder.
I'm just kidding. I was kind of a kid like that too.
I think we were all definitely kids like that a little bit, which is why we're all friends. But Omar, I gotta tell you, I don't know if it's like a truth bomb or a revelation, but
How long would you stand there for?
yeah,
I'd be the last one to leave.
First one in, last one out. Everybody walks in.
it's just cold water. It's
Like, literally,
freezing.
it would be like they'd all be already starting shower, like talking to each other, and I'd like walk through, and I just wouldn't look anybody in the eye, like fucking serial killer or something.
So what were you hoping to accomplish? Did you think everybody knew the reference, or?
No, I think I thought that it was really cool when he did that in the movie.
It's pretty
And so
milady.
I thought that I would be. Yeah, it is very milady, 100%. And I thought that I would be cool if I was like this stoic, like badass, like.
All right.
If your arm is up like this, all that cheese doodle powder is getting off your fingers.
Yeah, exactly.
You can't lose that shit.
Exactly.
Omar, I don't know if this is gonna like fucking hurt you or break your mind right now. In like ninth like I'd say 8th through 10th grade was like when Omar and I started to like kind of becoming friends and hang out
Early
more often.
interact.
Yeah. But so back then, I I was like playing sports and stuff, and I hung out with like sort of like some of the lacrosse bros, whatever, and all that shit. I was real fucking cool. Is what I'm trying to say. No, but so I'd be in the locker room with like all these guys because like I have my family like that had relations to like sports and shit like that. So I know some of these. Yeah, I mean, it just turns into fucking Ratatouille. No, definitely not sports bro at all or anything like that. But so I remember specifically in the locker rooms, and Omar, this is probably gonna make you feel better, buddy. I was talking to had these guys who were like, like the fucking cock of the walk, the popular, whatever, cool guys, whatever. I fucking no shit. 2 of them were like, bro, you ever see fucking iRobot? And I'm like, well, yeah, man, you know what I'm talking about? We both look at each other like, and the fucking scene. We would do the showers and everybody would just fucking.
Oh my god.
So
maybe I started it.
You either started it and they were making. So this is why I was saying it could be bad. They could have been making
they
fun.
might have been making fun of it.
And I didn't know. And I'm like, oh my god, wait. But this could be good for us because I'm like, wait, they think it's cool too? And if that stemmed from you being a fucking weird nerd, you and me could have, like, this was long in the making. So,
That's fucking amazing. Because I don't think we ever had gym class together, but we were in the same school.
no, but also like middle school and like early high school young men were all weird. Like, how many videos have you seen on the internet of like 10 fucking middle school boys singing the Halo choir theme?
Oh, those are the fucking best.
But they just do that on their own volition. Like, young men are fucking weird. We are odd creatures and do shit like that. So honestly, man, don't feel bad.
Trying to figure shit out,
Omar, what if you were doing that and you thought everybody was like screaming, making fun of you, but they were all like, holy shit, he's doing that scene from.
Well, see, now that's what I'm thinking. Maybe I fucking started something. Trendsetter.
You look so cool right now.
Yeah.
Can I put a clip of that in this episode, you think? Is that kosher? Probably not.
Yeah, you can
Maybe like a photo.
Yeah, it's pretty. Well, we're gonna just display it here right now because it is important. The ass, from what I remember, just based off of memory.
It's like a silhouette.
Yeah, he's got like a nice silhouette, but it's perfectly censored because it's PG-13 or whatever. Fucking iRobot.
I always wonder how your dick and balls isn't showing those type of scenes.
Yeah.
Out the back kind of thing. Yeah, I guess so. Maybe actually.
Yeah, I mean, that's my
anyway,
favorite.
so this kind of all just segued from me saying that I went out to bars.
And I did the same thing at the bars. Just like everyone's walking, your friend group's really like they're ready for a hot night out. They're waiting. You show up. What's up, guys? Dog out.
I mean, in a way, after I told them that story, and that's like the reason he bought me this Will Smith CD, and like we do that so often now. Like we'd be like, "Yo, he Will Smith in it?"
I mean, it's almost like the original Dab, the way you're kind of doing it.
Yeah, I guess so.
Will Smith showered so the Dab could run.
But yeah, and then one more shout out as it was also one of the gifts is that let me get that Instagram up just to make sure I spell it right. But James's partner Cindy Quach, and her Instagram is at comics COMIQQS. Got me this fucking kicking teeth stamp that she hand carved herself from the logo.
Oh, that's fucking awesome. Yeah. Hell yeah.
Like,
oh my god.
Yeah. I don't know if you can see it, but yeah, it's got like a...
Oh my god. Well...
It's hard to see with this fucking camera light right now, but yeah.
We gotta send a big thank you to James for honestly making Omar feel a little better about himself growing up.
And
Cindy for fucking kicking ass. That is beautiful. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to do that. We're going to tag all your info below, put you in the stories and everything like that. Go follow Cindy because that's so fucking kick ass.
Yeah. Oh. So yeah, at comics COMIQQS. Check out her art. It's fucking dope.
Oh man, my heart. Dang it.
Going to follow right now.
So that was the end of the night when I got those gifts, though. I'm going to do a little reverse. Basically,
no, I'm just kidding.
When I was opening these gifts, by the way, this is the end of the night, and I'm trashed at like 4 in the morning. So now we're going to take a little step back. How this night started. So, James lives right by this bar called The Woods. It's fucking dope. It's just like a tiny little bar that just feels very chill, and like you can get cheaper drinks, kind of like as far as LA drinks.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna
what's
say
like your
cheap,
average?
but
Yeah, is it comparable to like New York
cocktail
City?
16.
So that's like
You
New
know?
York City kind of.
$24 beers.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So The Woods is like a really cool, chill like spot. They were playing like some like sad ass cowboy music, like fucking Johnny Cash hurt and shit, that kind of shit.
So good shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can say
Which
the
is
best.
really weird for starting your night with.
I hurt myself.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm just sipping the whisk. We go out, and so the first bar we went to, we Googled it. It's called Black Rabbit in LA. Everybody should fucking go there. It's sick. So it's like a cocktail lounge, but they have magicians come to your table and start doing magic tricks for you.
Oh, Ryan and I have a story about that, but we can save that for later.
Oh yeah, no, tell me after this.
No, go ahead.
And so basically, like, the drinks were fucking dope. Like, I got some like lemongrass, some bullshit that was like fucking delicious. Like, it was like a nice. It wasn't just like a cheesy.
Probably had hibiscus in it, didn't you?
I was literally going to say, this is like, this man, every time on this podcast he comes on and he talks to me and Ryan because we're just like, I drink probably piss and, Ryan drinks whatever beer, common man's drink. And then Omar always comes in like, I had like sprinkles dragon cock just right all over my fucking... Like, come on, you come in so hard and you're always like, or some bullshit. It's not bullshit. You love it, so just live it, man.
No, it's so good. I appreciate fine dining. What can I say?
I'm breathing.
Ryan, you're a fucking cook guy.
A cook guy.
A chef, as they say.
I am by no means
A cook master.
Listen, we all toot each other's own horns a lot on this podcast. I don't know if that's right to say. But no, we're not like just blowing smoke here. Ryan's like a serious chef. You should honestly. What'd you?
Chef to be reckoned with.
Did you make us chimichurri when you came down here?
Yeah, we did chimichurri. Right?
Modest, modest king he is. No man, you like don't give me. I mean, same with. I mean, I guess that's everybody because like I think that's part of the reason we're all friends too. Like nobody's like cocky about their stuff. And I think that's like kind of the way, because if you were, like, why would you want to talk to somebody like that kind of thing?
Yeah, it's just annoying.
But like Omar, like every time I see his art, and anytime anybody sees his art, and like people from work, like friends that I meet or anything like that in the gaming or whatever, and they're like, dude, can he draw my tattoo now? Can he like build up my house? Can he like, I need art, I need all this custom stuff. And I'm like, please go to the man. Like, but then you go to him and he's like, I've never made anything more dookie than what I have made recently. Like, you just hate yourself. And same with Ryan. Ryan's like, this photo was okay, but like...
The artist struggle.
So real. Like, as soon as you do something that you're proud of it for 5 minutes, and then it's like, 5 minutes later you think it's trash.
How do I make the actual good thing? Yeah.
You're like, all right, what's the next level I can get to? Because that was awful. I
Yeah.
need to... I don't know if it's like... I guess they call it imposter syndrome, but
Yeah, basically.
Well, yeah.
I mean, even like working as an artist, I still feel that.
Yeah, and you did it, man. That's what you got hired to do. Like since we were kids. So I guess just the lesson of all of that is everybody, don't be so fucking critical of yourself, because the second you're not, I mean, you should, like, it helps in some ways.
Be critical without putting yourself down.
Yeah, because like at the end of the day, I don't know. For me, like this always kicked in, and like Ryan helped me with this a lot, because I get nervous like whenever I played shows, which has been years. But like the thing is, when you fuck up like live, most of the time nobody notices besides you.
Yeah.
You hate it. Like if my voice popped or like a wrong note or something, you'll focus in like crazy. But everybody in the crowd for the most part is just having a fucking good time. So just
especially live.
Yeah. So just a little.
I mean, I don't know if you remember, but like when we were in Kinky Voodoo when we were in high school, because I was the drummer. Fucking, I had a problem, and I still have like this problem in some ways. Like I can get like performance anxiety kind of thing, like getting on stage.
Yeah.
And so I would start playing like double speed because I was so nervous. Like, so I was like on crack kind of thing.
Yeah.
And so I would just play the song like way faster, and we were playing like, punk music. So it was like already fast.
Yeah.
And I just remember after one show, the guys all like came up to me. They're like, Omar, like that was so hard to play because you were like going way too fucking fast. Like we were trying to catch up to you. Like,
I mean, it's hard when you get that adrenaline pumping, and then even if you're telling yourself to slow down, like you think you're counting in on time, it's still like double time.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like we got used to it eventually, like later shows, but like definitely the first few was like a problem.
You guys purposely wrote slower songs, so when you played them live, they were like normal speed.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I mean, dude, to be honest, I took like drum lessons for like a year. Like the fact that you could even operate that tank of an instrument, like it's
fun.
dude, I just like any drummer that can hold it together, man. I don't understand. It's like it breaks my mind. So yeah, like kind of what we're saying. Give yourself more damn credit, you know.
If I ever like, since, you know, we were talking about houses last episode, like if I ever get a place where I can have like a basement or something, or somewhere where that's soundproof, definitely buying drums again. Like holy shit! I basically, because I stopped. I like basically once I went to college, I kind of doodled on guitar with like doodle. Yeah, I see you bringing Will Smith in here.
Keep going. We're talking about doodles. You can keep focused. This man built you.
Harv taught me a little bit of guitar when we were in high school, like just like from band practice kind of thing. But like I didn't know how to play guitar until like I pretty much really started learning like when I started going to college, kind of thing. Like because I just couldn't bring drums to a dorm.
They're not convenient. Like I think everybody, especially musician-wise, that has a kid, is like, oh man, don't fucking let him be a drummer. Let him be anything else. Like,
Yeah, oh yeah, it's the worst.
It's
just loud.
I wouldn't even want a musician as a kid just because I know how fucking annoying it was to my parents. You know, like
yeah, for sure.
it's pretty rough, and especially when they're just figuring out in like the teen years when they don't know anything about like EQing or like how to play like
Sounds
through
terrible.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh my god, I look back on like my first band, like how we would just plug in and turn anything to any setting, like no consistency, and I'm like, we thought it sounded great. Then I listened back to stuff. I'm like, were we mentally ill?
I feel like me and Harv would just like crank the guitars to like mega bass, so that we're like, yeah, it's chunky as hell, bro.
Well, that's hardcore, bro. Like we can do breakdowns this way, and it's so dumb.
Like there was no thought or like nuance or
Yeah.
rationality.
I'm bringing Will Smith into this.
He's going back here. You just do the podcast, and I'll stick here. It's been a long day here. I can't even put it behind the frame. I'm just gonna stay in eternal darkness. But speaking of being young, impressionable, dumb little punks with bands and dreams that we thought would go somewhere, and clearly we really made it because now we have a podcast. But yeah, very recently in the past like week or two, kind of a dream festival came up. Especially for our younger selves, and you know, I mean, we're not going to be like cheeky or anything. The tour was called When We Were Young, right? Was that it?
When we were young.
And it's a festival with pretty much it's stacked, I would say, for the three of us.
Yeah, people have a lot of opinions about it.
Yeah, and that's
very controversial right now.
It's extremely controversial, and why would we not just bring it up here? Because we're all part of that scene, and like, to be honest, that scene. I don't think all of us would be hanging out here today or be friends without it. The music, we all started bands together, like it, and we're not like sitting here like, oh man, it had such more impact on me than anybody else. But it was a huge thing for all of us, and it's so cool to see all these bands together. But yeah, there's a lot of controversy, so I figured it'd be a good time just to kind of like talk about how we feel about it and like kind of just the general impressions. And so, Omar, you want to go first?
Well, so I'm trying to get tickets, but I'm not buying them. My sister-in-law like works for Live Nation, like high up in Live Nation, and she right now I believe it's Jaden, Lil Huddy, it's like some of those TikTok. So she's like trying to get us free tickets. So if I get free tickets, I'll fucking go.
For sure.
I don't know what to think, man. Like, I know it's run by Astro World, and I know there was like that was pretty bad with the trampling, but I don't know is that the venue's fault? Was it it's so hard to say, right? Because like at one level, it's like my opinion about the Astro World situation is that I genuinely think one of the biggest problems was that like that the culture of like rap music just wasn't ready for a mosh pit. You know what I mean?
That's it. That 100% wouldn't have happened at a punk or hardcore show.
Yeah, because like you have the culture of picking people up.
Yeah.
They're not used to that, like a mosh pit breaking out, and then it's a lot of like even really really young kids, no exposure to like such a big crowd like that, and it was overcrowded to begin with. It just doesn't have that culture of making sure everybody's okay. So at a hardcore show, if somebody drops their glasses, they get picked up.
No, yeah, I mean, like, because we filmed a vlog for it. Like, we were at Knotfest, and like, that's a violent ass show. But every time one of us fell, every time I got fucking rocked in the face, like people would hold you, like bring you out, make sure you were okay.
Which is on
like,
video, by the way. It's on the first.
Yeah,
vlog.
that's a great fucking shot.
Yeah.
I can't believe that was actually filmed.
Yeah.
Of me getting fucking rocked in the face.
I feel like the main concern about when we were young though is, I mean, at first they only had one day with 75 bands on 3 stages, I think, which I just couldn't imagine how they're going to get through all those acts. But then I think they've added a second day,
which like I don't, man, it seems
they actually added a 3rd day recently.
Oh, did they? So
that's good. That's like
they're not splitting it. They're not splitting it.
So these
all the bands every day for each of the 3 days.
That's gonna be.
I guess the idea is one, you can get tickets now, so it's the 22nd, 3rd, and 29th, which is weird. Also, or they're making bands chill there for a week or something.
You need
Odd.
more than 3 stages then.
Yeah, so I don't know much. Like my sister-in-law, she's not like involved with that part of it really, but she's like was telling me like how it like she's like, I mean, she has no opinions about it, but like just like not sure about like how they're gonna get everybody in.
Yeah.
But like she doesn't really know, like, because it's not them planning. It's like whoever's the I guess the Astro World people planning that shit. Whoever they are. I don't know, man. Like, yeah, it is crazy. It's a crazy fucking show though. Like if it works out, like this will be like a once in a lifetime event, you know.
Well, that for sure. Like that's the kind of the problem with it in some ways. It's like it is such this childhood dream that we've all like, man, I would love to go out there, but the way it's just being organized, and like even with them adding the days, man, making those bands play 3 days in a row, and some of those bands, I don't know, if anybody has experience in the industry working with them, anything like that, but in that circuit, doing a festival of that magnitude and playing kind of the same set 3 days in a row, it's a lot on those bands, so I don't know, there's just something about it,
especially after like COVID, and a lot of them probably haven't toured in a couple years either.
Oh yeah. I mean, I think even like I just saw in Bring Me the Horizon got like their European tour canceled.
Well, that's another thing, like, and like everybody has their own feelings on COVID and stuff like that, and when is this scheduled for? What time of year?
This is October, so it is far.
Okay, so it's far in advance, and like the fall wasn't like the worst, right? But I don't know, it feels weird, and especially just because, we just went to a show and had like an experience with COVID and shit like that, so obviously it's different, and like in October, I'm sure things will be 10 times better, but there's just something about it that doesn't seem like genuine in some ways.
Well, it's all just making money.
Yeah, well, yeah.
They're literally capitalizing on nostalgia.
Yeah, and like because there's such a trend now of like, and like I'm sure like TikTok has like brought this into the fold a little more, like gamer culture and shit, but like, emo culture isn't the same as it was when we were growing up. Now it's like, or like being an e-boy and e-girl and having like that fad and kind of thing. It's like very much more like stylistic now. And like,
I mean, it's always though.
Well, yeah, isn't it always like, no matter what we do, anything's like, I tell my wife all the time, like fashion is just recyclable. Like we started getting like a couple years ago, we did the high and tight, like World War II haircuts, and like, we just, the 80s is back, and now 90s is back.
Now it's like 2000s.
Yeah, it's just like, it's going to be so weird having, and not in a gatekeeping way, but it's going to be weird having all these like younger kids who really don't know this music or like have never been to a Warped Tour. Yeah, but they have to be here.
I try not to have that mentality, only because then I feel like when we were like young and it was like all the old rockers and being like, this is music for like pussies kind of shit.
No,
like, it's,
screw
like, so
that.
stupid.
I'm not even saying that. I'm more.
Yeah, I mean, when we started going to Warped Tour, there were still bands like Pennywise on the tour,
Lagwagon.
Lagwagon, and
Yeah.
No Effects, and like that other generation of like punk stuff. And then we came in, and they all hated us, and now
Exactly.
Yeah.
we're becoming.
Now we're the old man yells
Yeah.
at the sky.
When we were young, all the bands on that, or at least 90% of the bands on that festival, that's like the dad rock of our generation.
I know.
Which that's even crazier to think about. Like, you know what I mean?
A lot of those acts are 20 plus years old already.
Dude,
Like,
I dated.
Not to shit on bands, but this makes me think of when we were at 25th Warped in Atlanta, Atlantic City. I mean.
Yeah, we went to different concerts, but
Yeah.
oh, I said
And
concert.
we saw Less Than Jake, which I know Laura is a huge fan of, right? Less Than Jake? Yeah, right?
more than Jake.
More Than Jake? It is Less Than Jake, right? I don't listen to them.
Yeah. No, yeah, it less than Jake.
I
I
don't
just
know
remember-
if my wife is a huge fan of Less Than Jake, but anyway, go on.
Like, either way, I thought she was, but I just remember thinking like, that dude is like in his 40s now or something, 40s, like mid 40s or something, and like he was like, "All right, everybody, we got a hotel room back on this street. Like, if you guys want to come party with us," and I was like,
Yeah, it gets cringy at that point.
yeah, and it's really funny because it's like, there's something about maybe it's just my association with it, but there's like something about the style of music, like emo music, is so whiny and like angsty and it's like like innately teenage to me in a way.
Well, I mean, we can't like. I'm not just gonna like sit here and act like there's not a lot of problematic stuff that happens in that scene specifically too.
Oh, for sure.
You know.
And it's just like weird, like older people. Like, I mean, I still fucking listen to all this music, of course. And, like,
Yeah.
I'm not saying anything's wrong with it. It's just like
No,
it
no.
feels weird when 40-year-olds are like, my girlfriend broke up with me, you know.
Dude, and it's not. Listen, I'm not shitting on. I'm not sitting here trying to bad talk, but it is funny that like, you know, a lot of these bands, and we grew up with fucking A Day to Remember. We love A Day to Remember, but they're still writing stuff that's like, oh man, we're taking over the world. Everybody doubted us. I'm like, no, guys, you have like houses and cars from this. You go on tour all the time. Your families are fine. Same with All Time Low. It's like, I'm so sad that somebody broke up with me, and it's like, dude, you're 40 and aren't you married? Like, things are okay now.
They just
Yeah,
have to
I
do
don't-
it for marketing.
Yeah.
I
Stupid, though.
can't get myself to like anything that either of those bands have put out in the last probably
No.
7 years.
You're welcome. Trash.
Yeah, we're not like a hate channel here, but man, bands don't always get better, and you know. Yeah.
I was like, when we saw them recently, great.
Yeah.
Great.
Oh, that's the thing. I was telling a friend at work this, who was like, one of my friends at work was like, oh yeah, they're like a great live band, and they're like, no, they're great when you're in the pit. If you watch them live, they're kind of just like go through these motions and kind of like you can kind of see what they're doing, kind of thing. But,
They
I mean,
sound good.
Yeah, that's any show. But like when we saw them at Atlantic City, dude, I still had a blast, and that was like 3 years ago. We were like crying in the pit, like
Drinking tequila in the pit.
yeah, we were drinking a water bottle full of tequila, and then there was some. This is one thing that unfortunately is going to stay in this culture forever, but like you can't do anything about it. Drunk people in the pit. It's okay to be drunk in the pit. It's fine. But if you cannot handle yourself, please stay out because you're going to hurt somebody or you're going to hurt your freaking self. So please, if you
The problem,
yeah.
the problem is when you're that drunk, you have no judgment to even make that decision for yourself.
No, and you have like rubber limbs at that point, you know?
I mean, so the funny thing of that show too is that I was drunk in the pit.
So was
And
I.
I did hurt myself, but not in the pit.
No,
I hurt myself in the hotel room after.
I forgot. Yeah, you should probably
So-
just tell it. Yeah.
we were there the whole day, and it was like Warp 25th was like on the beach, which that was probably one of the sickest festivals.
That was really cool.
because we got like chill in the water and like watch the show. It was
The
fucking
layout wasn't like, so basically it was like all the stages were like kind of like long way on the beach going this way, and they had like essentially two kind of like rubber ramps going. That's the one thing they got to fix if they do it again, and same for
awesome. It didn't work
Bamboozle.
the best.
The like
But-
the transport and like especially for handicapped people, that was not cool. Like it was hard for them to get around. But
Yeah, impossible.
being like compared to being at Warped and like a parking lot or something and moshing in the hot heat all day, being able to go and like swim between
Jump in
sets
the water, like we could literally go just like swim
and
while listening to music.
And I'm not gonna say I didn't go pee in there. I'm not gonna say a lot of people didn't go pee in there.
I fucking pissed my fucking whole body fluids out.
And it was delicious. Every drop tasted just great.
Yeah, because we're drinking all day. We're just like constantly running to the water and pissing.
Yeah.
But yeah, and so like it was a sick show, and we got really trashed all day. It was really fun, and we were staying at a casino. And so after the show, we were drinking tequila and didn't remember. And we were so happy. It was really fun. We go back inside, and we're like, all right, let's all get showered up or get like sandy and shit. So me and our other friend go to our hotel room. You guys all went to yours, and we were gonna take turns taking showers. So I was fucking tired as shit. I was drunk, so I just go to sleep on the like one of those little couches in the like what do you call this, like a single sofa. I go to like curled up asleep while he showers, so I could wait in like the night shower. And as I'm asleep, my foot falls down, fully like this. My foot falls asleep, and he's like, "Omar, it's your turn." And I stand up. My foot is just completely dead, like falling asleep, and I just immediately fucking like roll my ankle so hard, sprained my ankle, and I had to be on crutches for the whole second day of the concert.
No way.
On the beach too, which
So, like I always tell people, it's like I fucking sprained my ankle at the show, but in the hotel room after, just trying to stand up, like a fucking, just trying to do a normal human task.
like an 84-year-old fucking man.
Yeah.
I remember because I woke up and I remember exactly because I was turned to my left because the four of us split a room, and I look and I see him get up and I just like I hear the noise and start watching you hobble and I'm like, oh no. And then just dude, the entire next day the kid's on crutches like trying to go through the sand and he can't go in the pits.
It's so hard.
But one thing that it did help us with, and this is actually kind of a bad thing in some ways. So, Ryan, you've been to Warped. You know how like long the gates are to get in the morning. It's like a crazy thing. They check your bags and do all that.
Oh yeah, I forgot about this.
So this is on the pier, the boardwalk, right? And they have extra they're really just like single lane kind of gates for like venues and vendors and stuff to get out and people like bands and stuff like that to have like a quick way out.
Well, there's also the backstage.
Yeah, and the backstage stuff.
VIP
so
section.
and that little the VIP like that bar thing. Yeah. So, but what we did. Because we didn't think we would be able to get Omar all the way in the sand, is we walked up to security. We said, hey, this is our friend. He hurt himself. He can't, stand that long and get through the front line. And he's like, yo, just give me, $50. Go to the ATM. There's one right there. So we paid off a security guard to get in. And that's another problem with these festivals, and kind of festivals in general.
Yeah, people can just eat.
You can get in no matter what, so...
It was really funny, too, because we did the whole thing where you, he's like, don't make it obvious. Just slip me it under slip me the money through a handshake or something, and then I'll walk away. So we did the whole thing where we just gave him the money, and then he walked away, and then we walked through.
Which I haven't done that since a weed dealer in high school or some shit.
Exactly,
You know what I mean?
it was that kind of shit. Yeah.
I don't know. At the end of the day, I really do hope this festival is fun for everybody. A lot of my friends are going. It seems like it seems like there could be such a good time in it.
It's sold out as fuck.
Yeah. And here's kind of
only the third day has tickets. It's probably sold out too. I don't know if they started the sale yet.
By now, probably too. They're probably gone.
Yeah. Dude, so you want to know how crazy it is? I have a really fucking rich cousin in London, and so she was gonna fly out here. I'm talking mega rich.
Yeah,
and she was gonna buy the 12K VIP tickets, but they were sold out. So she couldn't even get them.
They're already sold. That's like people scalping the Harry Styles tickets and Coachella. That's gonna be crazy. But
maybe it wasn't 12K. Maybe it was 1,200. That would 12K
is a lot.
I think she wrote 12. She wrote 12K though. I'm pretty sure, and I was like, "What the fuck?"
You think there's a 12K tier level? That'd be crazy.
It was like you get a bougie suite and everything with it, Vegas suite type thing.
Man, I'll make my own Vegas suite. That freaking part. I'll go hang out. Oh, they're not there anymore, but I would hang out with the Rads. Yeah.
I mean, it was one of those things where it's one of those very Vegas things where you get a whole
sparklers
you
in
get
your drink,
full, infinite alcohol, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
You probably get dinner and shit. I'm sure.
1,200 is probably worth it. 12,000, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it was literally that kind of only if you're mega rich you could do this kind of thing.
Yeah. And that's another thing. I mean, this it's a festival, and obviously they have to make money.
So this is what the VIP ticket is. So it's a VIP cabana for $12,500. You get
Oh.
ultimate rooftop viewing area with security shade VIP service, complimentary 2 bottles of premium liquor and champagne, food
Oh,
vouchers
wow.
for all. And this is like you get multiple people. Oh, you get 10 tickets.
That's a lot.
Food vouchers for the party, cabana available at the main stage, performances all day, multiple stage, obviously expedited entry, private air-conditioned restrooms, charging stations, foods, and it's just like, yeah, you just get like, honestly though, reading it's like, it doesn't seem that worth it. But
No, so just real quick, I know I was being positive like 5 seconds ago. Like, I hope all my friends have a good time. After hearing that, yo, this is gonna be Firefest. Sorry, everybody.
yeah, it does sound like that, doesn't it?
It might be. Hey, it might be a bad time. It could be the best time. You know, you never know. But my main issue is like, it would suck to pay all the money to go for one day and then not see most of the bands you want to see.
Yeah, well, so that's what me and Sam decided, is that we're just gonna not try and buy tickets, but if we get it for free, we'll go.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ryan and I have like a whole other like group chat that Omar's not in.
Oh wow. Okay. Wow. Jesus. If I can talk shit.
We're mostly talking shit.
That's all we do.
So we were talking about the show, and we were like really like sitting there like, all right, maybe we'll fucking do it. Maybe this is it. But on top of the tickets, where a normal Warped Tour is like what, $45, and closer to us, I don't really care for Vegas. I'm not like trying to go out there that much, and then add like flights and stuff. It's risky.
I got into a not a real argument, but a dumb argument with Danielle about how much I don't like Vegas.
Oh, does she love Vegas?
No, she just had a really good time. I was like, nah, Vegas sucks. I wouldn't spend my money to go there. She's
I
like,
mean,
no,
I've
but I had a
never-
really good time. Like, nah, it sucks.
Never been.
I've
I'd
never.
like to
Oh,
go-
neither way.
I'd like to go
Yeah.
once, but
It's
that's
all right.
probably all I would need.
To me, it was just like there's so many better places for me to go party at because it's so expensive there.
Well, it's that, and then like you're just kind of locked in the one area. Like I'd rather go to like a city that just has like more stuff going on, kind of. Or like if I'm gonna get
Yeah.
blackout drunk and waste all my money, I'll just go to the New York. You know, like
Exactly. That was my sort of like what I was saying. Or like we're going to New Orleans soon. Like that's way more cool and like fun. And like yeah, it's also a party place, but there's like
yeah.
You know.
Speaking of that, like is relevant to this conversation. I had a friend in college who was once like, bro, why would you like? Because me and Laura back then were talking about like if we were to get like to have a bachelor party, we do it down there, and this is like way back when. But our friend was like, bro, think about this. Why would you go to New Orleans when you could just save the money and go to Atlantic City?
oh god, no. That is like the worst opinion I've ever heard.
That's like, man,
That's objectively not. That's the worst.
I could go eat beignets and some of the best gumbo I've ever had in my life, or I can like,
You know, like a stick-licking city that's like got so much culture around it. Like,
or I can step on hypodermic needles in the sand.
yeah.
They're both fun,
You
but
know-
in different ways. You know?
I would never willingly go. Like the only reason we went for the show is for the show. Otherwise, I would never go to Atlantic City.
Yeah.
I feel like it's just lesser. Yeah, it's just lesser Vegas.
Yeah, it's just shitty Vegas.
Which like you're gonna add on top of that dump?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh
It's
my God.
it's one of the worst places I've ever seen. No offense to anybody who lives there.
Offense to every single person that lives there. How dare you choose
You're
that
all
place?
mud rats, and I don't want to be friends with you.
Nobody.
Mud rats. Oh my gosh.
It's fucked.
Sorry, sometimes I just like leaving and seeing what happens. But you know what's not like Atlantic City at all? This podcast, because it's wonderful. It just has like a couple hypodermic needles and a little bit of sand. It's pretty. This is probably the Atlantic City of podcasts, if I'm being honest. But it's
For sure.
yeah, it's but we're
We
glad
have-
Go ahead.
Half as much gambling as Atlantic City, but more fun.
Yeah,
Just as musty.
but you know what's just as stinky and dumpy and dumb as Atlantic City? This podcast. Well, Ryan, aw. But we're so appreciative that you all come here, all 36 of you, Grandma, to listen to this. Check it out and support us. And you know who supports us more than anybody else? That sexy motherfucker who almost looks this good in the shower.
Shane.
I heard that Shane was actually a stand-in for Will Smith in all of his movie roles.
He's the ass double, I've heard.
Yeah, he's the ass double. And the dick double. Because that thing is...
You know? I don't think I've ever seen it, but I can assume just based on how much he contributes to my life and this podcast in general.
Wait, guys! I just got word. That Shane is now in charge of When You Were Young Festival, and there's going to be no issues because Shane is a badass.
Woo! Oh yeah!
Oh my God! Wait, did Shane really just lower the price of When We Were Young, and this is a legitimate fact, down to $40 per ticket? You should go online and check now.
And he's paying for everyone's airfare?
Oh my God! And he's letting you use his own bathroom as your bathroom? No, but really, I mean, we're here, and Shane, basically, we're going to blow Shane up and everybody else that's on our Patreon. We fucking love you guys. We just want y'all to feel good. And Shane, well, he's just a titan in every fucking capacity of the word.
If we hit 1,000 subscribers, we are going to have Shane on the podcast.
I mean, he would come on probably sooner than that. This is a
Yeah,
lofty goal.
true. I mean, he's got a bunch of things, I guess, that we're going to promote before that.
If this podcast ever hits 1,000 subscribers, it will be a lot of fake emails from my grandma. That poor woman in her old brittle hands.
It's crazy that your grandma can multiply into multiple clones of herself.
It's crazy that she also joined on the $5 tier for every single one. It's nuts. And subscribe to the TikTok, and subscribe to the Spotify, and now can officially follow us on Apple Podcasts.
Woo! And Spotify. Wait, did you say Spotify? You said Spotify.
This is why my grandma is also going to... Well, Rye Dog, it's just you and me. He's going to come back. He's going to come back.
It always comes back.
He will.
Shit, do I have to plug myself?
Yeah. That's the best part. He's not sticking around for any wholesome reasons. Like, oh man, I'm gonna stick with my friends. Wait, there's a chance to plug my socials. Yeah, this is probably the best time for that. Omar, now that you're back like a fucking dog with his tail between its legs, just looking for that sweet loot, where can people find you and follow you and find out what's going on in your life?
You can follow me at Ramen Doodles on Instagram. Oh fuck, I always forget my Instagram actually.
I'm not cutting this out.
Fuck, okay. Oh, Ramen Doodles Art. At Ramen Doodles Art on Instagram.com. Or you can check out my portfolio on ramendoodles.squarespace.com.
Nice. Woo, good
You
vlog.
gotta keep the finger up the whole time, or it's serious business. Waggy. You have a very, like, throughout our entire lives, you've had a very, very significant finger wag.
And Omar, here I thought you only plugged yourself off of camera. You did a great job.
I'm just gonna cut to him running off. And Ryan, where can all the deliciously spicy mommies find you on the World Wide Web?
Hey, y'all can follow me at Ryan Gregg Photography on Instagram and website following soon.
Hell yeah.
I mean, it's February. Is it ready or not?
Yeah, all right. In all honesty, I keep starting the template on Squarespace, and I get it half done, and then I get
You're
busy.
like SpongeBob trying to write that essay where it just says
I am, and then so I get busy, and then the 14 days run out to like make your platform, so I have to restart.
Right.
So
Eventually, I'll get it done.
Hey, Ryan, your photography is so fucking sick. Like, every time I see it, I'm like, holy shit, this dude can do anything. Fucking record good-ass music. I like...
Anything.
Ryan will literally, like, I'll just send him a song, and he'll just make it gold.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of, hey.
Well, but you write the song first, which is the hardest part. So.
Yeah, but also I just ripped off the Wellerman.
So that's
But it still was fantastic.
And honestly, like I shouldn't plug you like this right now, Ryan, either. But yeah, Ryan is a master fucking producer. He's a talented fucking musician, and like I know we plug him off for the photography and stuff like that, but really, before like this photography thing, like he really got like hard like set into it. He was taking on bands, coming in, recording bands. So if there, and I know a bunch of people on here and a bunch of spicy mommies that play music and are looking to like have somebody help them record, especially comfortably, because that's the most important thing about going into a studio for the first time. Yeah, hit up Ryan. He's got a studio.
If Ryan wants to take up that task.
No. He signed up for this.
Lying.
Yeah, he has no choice.
It's actually our $5 Patreon tier is that you get a free song produced by Ryan.
No, Harv is lying. Everything I've done is trash. No, but seriously, when I get the basement studio up and running, I will love to take bands in again. start doing some
So
action like that.
I wasn't lying. It's just gonna be a bit.
I mean, I can't do it where I currently live because I'm in a townhouse and you can't really track drums or loud guitars here.
Oh yeah.
But he's gonna book up quick.
$12,000 for one
But
song.
for a session, yeah.
For $12,000, you can use his restroom. And yeah, I guess
What do you have to plug? Big Harv?
no, I was just gonna say this is probably the time we should flush this podcast away, But we can't keep up with that because that is that's demon shit. You can find me on Big Harv KT on Instagram. This is my life and I do nothing else, so you can find me. I don't got other skills.
Well, what are you talking about? You have fucking music coming eventually that you'll be writing pretty much the whole album while we just play the songs for you. Because if everybody doesn't know, the reason that we have Big Harv as the host is he's the mastermind, truly. Anytime I've been in a band, he's fucking the mastermind of the album. He's the creative director.
Yes.
I'm just the fucking guy who does the drawings.
And we're not gonna touch on any of that now because none of it's ready. No.
I know.
No, I'm
But
fucking
we had
no.
eventually.
In due time.
Yeah, I mean, if we're gonna leave off on a serious note, just follow me over at Big Harv KT on Instagram to keep up with everything going on with us. Check our TikTok out, our YouTube. Please, if you have a chance to check out Spotify, Apple, and follow on there, that helps us out a bunch. And for personal stuff, music stuff, all I'm gonna say is these young gentlemen are involved. A man named Elio Veza is involved. A man named Levi Kranick is involved. And a man named AJ is involved. And check back here, New Year's 2023. That's all I got.
Hell yeah.
That's all I got. And on that note, just because we're talking about all the creative stuff before we head out, last thing of the day, please everybody, don't be too critical on yourself. Act like a fucking young stupid kid because that's what got us all into this, and that's why we're here.
Stop with the shame. Just fucking enjoy life. Make shit.
That shit
Keep
real.
going.
And honestly, like the amount of shit that you're gonna fuck up when you're younger, first starting out, like tone, all this, like look at all the shit we did, and look where it got us here on a podcast. So yeah.
Creative. Don't be sorry. Don't apologize for it. Just keep going.
Yep.
Yeah, literally, because if we didn't keep going, we'd be in the same place we are now.
The heat death of the universe will get us all eventually, so you might as well just try.
Yeah, literally, you're doomed. Might as well just give it a shot, right? How positive can we be before we get out of here? Who can say the most positive thing? Go.
Dude, this is so posse.
So posse, bro.
And on that note,
Out of my hometown.
I'm fucking leaving.
when we were young. Bye.